It's prom season again, and everyone's going to be asking you not to drink and drive. You'll hear it from your parents, your grandparents, your teachers. It's not that they don't want you to have fun. Like you, they want it to be a memory that'll last a lifetime. They just don't want your prom night to be their last memory of you.
Few things maintain their beauty and value like a classic automobile, and Jim's Classic Cars is the area's leader in restoration and maintenance. Owner Chip Romano has dedicated his life to restoring and preserving great cars, including 15 years overseeing the famous MBNA collection. So if you're looking for a classic, have one ready for restoration, or simply want experienced service for your current Jim, rely on the artists and artisans at Jim's Classic Cars. On the web at www.jimsclassics.com or call 302-598-3139. Okay, think fast. What are some things that make Delaware a terrific place to live, work, and play? The great beaches, the captivating history, the shopping, the small towns, and the lively city life. Oh, and here's another one, and you'll get a kick out of this, the Kirkwood Soccer Club. Founded in 1974, the Kirkwood Soccer Club has grown into one of the premier youth soccer development organizations on the East Coast. Kirkwood Soccer Club, KSC, is a nonprofit organization with over 1,700 playing members and widely supported in the community, with over 50,000 volunteer hours donated each year, over 150 active sponsors, and contributing an estimated $2.5 million a year to the local economy. In 1992, KSC, in partnership with Newcastle County, moved into its home on Route 9 just south of historic Old Newcastle, and soon earned a reputation as one of the largest soccer venues on the East Coast, playing host to over 5,000 games each year. KSC's 41-acre facility boasts 13 expertly maintained and irrigated outdoor fields, along with a clean, modern indoor facility featuring playing field, on-site concessions, on-site soccer store, tax-free of course, meeting rooms, permanent clean restrooms, picnic area, quality referees, great competition with teams from all over the East Coast, and a whole lot more. KSC has stayed true to its original mission, which is developing the attributes of teamwork and leadership in young people through the sport of soccer. But along the way, they've also provided world-class coaching and guidance with a number of Olympic development programs. The KSC facility is a shared community resource which regularly hosts college, adult, and professional games, along with player, coach, and referee training and development, and numerous other activities. KSC is conveniently located just minutes from the Delaware Memorial Bridge and I's 295, 495, 95, and Route 13. We offer easy online tournament registration and a terrific website. Contact the Kirkwood Soccer Club to join us or stop by and enjoy one of our many tournaments from May to November. Visit us on the web at www.kirkwoodsoccer.org or call 302-322-4220 and get a kick out of your next trip to Delaware, the state where it's good to be first. Dave Tiberi's Delaware Professional Boxing Series is hitting the beach Saturday night, May 17th at Cape Midlothian High School in Lewis. It's a star-studded powerhouse card featuring John the Longshoreman Poor, Felton's Mike Denby, and undefeated Mighty Mikey Tiberi, plus opening bouts with some of the top regional Golden Gloves contenders. Boxing at the beach Saturday night, May 17th at Cape Midlothian High School in Lewis. It starts at 7:30 and great seats are still available. Call 302-994-3040. That's 302-994-3040 or go online to DaveTiberiBoxing.com. Most people don't think of it as a vital organ, but the human spine is one of the most important parts of our bodies. 80% of North Americans suffer at one time or another from neck or back pain. Problem
us, thou God, from unreal to real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Namaste. Welcome to Yoga for Health, Happiness and Liberation. We are very fortunate to have a guest today. He is a disciple of Swami Vishnu Maharaj. Also, he is a friend, and he is in yoga from 30 years. His name is Gregg Hill, but we call him Gopal. In yoga, we call him Gopal. He's taught yoga in Delaware. Again, he was volunteering yoga at the Smyrna prison. He taught there for a while. Also, he started a yoga club at the University of Delaware, and that is still going on after many, many years. So that is also one of those things. Again, he just spent 6 months in India and went there many, many ashrams and yoga places and so forth. So today our show is, I ask him a question and he will answer, and you will learn a great deal. There is a lot of, half an hour is not enough, but at least we will have something right now, okay? So Gopal, which year you came to Shivananda Yoga Center? See, we had a Shivananda Yoga Center in Wilmington, Delaware on Baynard Boulevard, and he came first time. We used to have yoga classes as well as every Sunday satsang, and he came there first time. So what was your
1980.
1980.
1980.
And tell how you felt.
I just got out of the military, and I thought to take the yoga class as there would be girls in it. And little did I know that somebody was going to have 6 or 7 minutes on meditation, vegetarianism, reincarnation, all the topics, all the things of karma, things of disease, death, everything. That and one day you said at the yoga centers, a small group in Wilmington, that one day everybody's going to be doing yoga, and a few years ago it was 27 million people. So I think you're ahead of your time. And these questions that he's going to ask, I haven't seen them, and he has 20 inventions, 20 patents. He was an engineer, scientist with DuPont. So I hope they're good questions.
Well, now tell me how you felt when you came first time to satsang and saw all these funny-looking people.
Very different, and I didn't have a compartment in my mind where to put this. It was totally off the charts. A lot of love there, a lot of good feelings, and I just didn't know what to expect. And then when I did go, I'm still going.
There you go.
And his wife, named Rupal, she was beautiful, and she looked over and just smiled. And they gave me some the wooden cymbals to play when I first got there, noisemakers. And I thought, what am I going to do with these? And she, and the kids were little, Mita and Ajay, little kids, and they'd come around and be kids, and it was good, and they could speak up time, they could talk, and everybody could talk and say what they thought. And there's always a kirtan, and Bharat's a musician, so that was good that he could play. And I just liked everything about it, but it was definitely different.
Different, okay.
And I had my brothers in the yoga class at the university, and everybody knows Bharat. So, and I think you started in what, 1965, the center? 66, like that?
65.
Yeah, 65. 1965.
Yeah. I met Swami Vishnu at one point, and he became my guru.
Yeah.
And now, then what yoga has done for you is my question.
It's a great way to go through life, And Swami Vishnu Devananda would teach proper exercise, proper breathing, proper diet, proper breathing, meditation, everything. And I think he was probably 100 years ahead of his time. And he said Shivananda, which was his teacher who wrote 300 books, he was a doctor in India, became a monk. He said just do a little bit, play a little, read a little, everything a little. And it was just, the deeper you got, the more there was to learn. But Shivananda wrote 300 books, and he said, every philosophy, every religion in the world, it can be summed up with be good and do good.
Yeah.
And yeah, very, very nice. And to see Swami Vishnu, because he came from Shivananda in 1957 and brought the yoga that we have today to the Western world, and to meet him, and the very first day at yoga camp, which is up in Canada, we did the whole program. They wake you up at 5:30, meditation from 6 to 6:30, 6:30 to 7, you have chanting, 7:15 maybe, a little bit of a lecture. You have an exercise, an asana class, a breathing class at 8 o'clock. And that goes on for 2 hours. 10 o'clock, you have the best food in the world, vegetarian. You're in the mountains, you have spring water, it's beautiful. Some classes in the afternoon, breathing class, exercise, asana class at 4 o'clock. 6 o'clock, you have dinner. You have some couple hours, which are the best hours of the day. And then you have 8 o'clock meditation. You know, you go through the whole day at the ashram. It's like a farmer. You get done, clean yourself up, go have the meals.
Right.
The meals, and just beautiful.
Now,
But the first day I was there, I said, I'm going to do this.
oh, is
But
that
it's
right?
very, very different.
Wonderful. Now, which year was that?
1981 I went.
Now, do you know the address of our headquarters?
673 8th Avenue, Valmoran,
Okay.
2ROJOT.
Oh,
is the
good.
Canada.
And
It's like 12, 13-hour drive, and it's up in the mountains. And really, the whole way there, drive up in the mountains. You can stop at the ranch in New York. They have an ashram there
right.
in the Catskills.
That's
And Ruby Blue and Swami Vishnu Devananda started that in, I think it was 1974.
yeah.
And she's not doing too well, and she's 89.
Right.
And went down to see her last weekend, and she told me on a better day a couple months ago, don't let anything happen to that place, that she started it.
Yeah.
The funny thing is Swami Vishnu was teaching up at Valmoran, one class at the platform. She was teaching at the other platform.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
Okay, now he came over to her and said, this, make corrections or this or that. She put her hand up and says, hey, I'm teaching on this platform. You can go over and you can go back to your platform and you can teach on that platform. So she's a little older, but she put him in his place, and everybody laughed. We told that story. Yeah.
That's true. Now, another thing you learned after when you were working in DuPont, you learned massage, and you became expert and also learned Japanese massage. So would you like to tell about your experience and what you learned and what you did and when you retired and all that?
I would take people into the mountains a couple times during the year for the Sierra Club, and one of the places I went to was Idaho, and half the people in the group, out of maybe 13, were cancer survivors.
Oh, gee.
And when they took their shirts off, they were cut up and this and that. Well, they have the biggest cancer hospital in the world is in Houston. It's Texas. It's MD Anderson. And I worked in Houston for DuPont, and I was taking a group in, and I was talking to them, and they said, well, we're from the MD Anderson, the cancer hospital. I said, oh. So I had free time at night, so once a week I would go over on a Wednesday night and go to the 5th floor and the 7th floor, and I brought a big box of Tootsie Roll Pops, and anybody I saw I gave the Tootsie Roll Pops to, and it was a couple hours, or if the Tootsie Roll Pops ended, I was done, and I loved it. But I was in the one of the rooms, and when I went into the rooms, the only thing I could do was look at somebody's eyes, and because usually there's a limb cut off, or it wasn't very good. Hair was missing and nails were out and different things. And I sat on a woman's bed, and I didn't know it, but she had her leg cut off, and I was sitting where the leg was.
Okay.
And she was saying this and that. When I get out of here, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And what I said was, I didn't know. And I said, well, you're going to have to walk the straight and narrow on that. And she started laughing. She said, well, it can't be too hard. I only have one leg. And I felt around where I was sitting, and the leg was there, not there, and I lost it. Then I thought to myself, well, I'm on the back end of the health industry, and there was a time in my practice, I had a pain management clinic for 12 years in Houston, and if you were breathing, you could come in. And I got to, the highest I made by myself was $48,000, and I would take $30,000, $35,000 out of that and go to class. So I've been all over the world, and I have 6,000 hours of training, which is most people to get a license. I think in Delaware it might be 500 hours.
Oh.
And the Japanese man that I taught to, learned from, his grandmother worked on the Emperor of Japan, and they've been doing it 240 years or so in Japan, and they do herbs, acupuncture, and the body work, and I just concentrated on the body work. So Shivananda was a medical doctor, and it ended up, I would do like 5 or 6 hours free a month, and my rates weren't that high compared to what I learned or what I knew, and it really got to be very busy. And so sometimes I would ask for clients, sometimes I would say, hey, that's enough, just back it off. I only got one pair of hands. And if I ever needed money to take a trip or to go to yoga camp or something, I would ask, and then 12 or 13 people would come in, and that was my money for yoga camp.
Oh,
I want to go to the Bahamas, boom. And then I've been to the Bahamas, I think, 6 times. And we have a resort down there, and it's very, very nice. And it's 40 yards away from the ocean, maybe. And you could take an asana class out there. And the last time I was there, there was a group of stingrays, probably 12, 14 feet across, and they were just going through the water. And we stopped the class just to look at the fish, and dolphins come up and they swim and everything like that.
Okay.
So beautiful.
Now, what is the difference? There are different kind of massages, or there is only one type?
Well, in Japan, it's called ama. It means push and pull. And shiatsu, like a little piece of the pie. And they have taijiho, where you use your feet. Sotai, where you move the people. It's the pressure points are in it. The energy work is in it. Everything is all encompassing. And I can say to anybody that I learned that style. That's what I mainly do, and I can do that style all day and I'm not hurt. A lot of 40 massage therapists in the United States, 38 of them are hurt.
Is that right?
They're trying to do too much with what they've learned, and I never had that problem. And sometimes I would, one of the techniques I learned, I did it on 500 people before I started charging for it. And I used to get the book out and put everything on a poster board to see it, and I would have friends come in, and one of them used to watch TV, the soap operas, like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I would just take the book, take the techniques, and I would practice, and I would practice. And any time I went and learned techniques, the very next week I started doing them.
Oh, okay.
So.
And what are the benefits of massage for healing, right?
Healing, yeah, and the energy work is there, in that if your energy becomes stagnant, like yoga has the asanas to get that, and the breathing to get that to move. And massage, you can help it, and you can get all that energy to move where it's stagnant, and people feel better. And then I was at Nayar Dam this year in India, and I did probably 350 people just on a marble floor with a coconut mat. Then I'd ask them, where do you hurt? What's wrong? And it was just like I was back in the clinic, and I loved doing it. And I would get there at 12 o'clock and have asanas, and we would coach, and then I just start doing body work for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Oh, is that right?
So when you're free, everybody's going to be there, and if you know what you're doing, everybody's going to be there, and it was a perfect referral system. And most people, I worked on them for about 8 minutes, and you get a lot done in 8 minutes. And then if they needed more, some people needed to learn how to walk and just, I don't know. I'm going on tour in Europe to the Shivananda ashrams in Europe to see those, and my guess is I'll be doing that there too.
Now,
Yeah.
tell us about your experiences in India. You went to an ashram.
Yeah.
What did you learn? What was unique? Which is your favorite place? Things like that.
I made chemicals, 15 of the worst chemicals in the world. We had 13 of them in Texas, and I wanted to get
They say
detox.
at DuPont.
DuPont. And I wanted to get detox from those, so I went over to a medicine clinic. Siddhavajja is 17,000 years old, and it's even the massage that they do, they learn from a cow licking the calf's body.
Oh, yeah.
It's the oldest medicine in the world, and most of the Indians in South Indian, where I was, the teacher's family has been doing it 900 years, that style of medicine, and their father had taught over 200 doctors in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, in Trivandrum, in South India, close to the ocean. And I went there, and 3.5 months, it was 108 days of all things. That's a special number in yoga. And I was there, I had a month of seclusion. And it was funny because they'd come up the next day, how is everything? How's the food? How's this? How's that? Everything's fine. I said, you don't need to worry about me. I'm going to do this. Then the doctor, one of them has been a surgeon. His name is Dr. Raj, and he's been in the United States 14 years. And perfect English, and knows how Americans, knows all that. And he worked over with the movie stars in Hollywood for 4 years. And they do use Western medicine if they need it for x-rays and blood work, because it's much faster. But you sit between he and Raghu, his father taught all the doctors, and he's in his 40s, and you just tell him your story, and they make the medicine up after they see you. So if I saw them on a Monday, they would come back Tuesday or Wednesday, they'd come back with the medicine. I was doing 7 medicines at the most it ever was, at the max. And their system is you don't walk, you don't do anything extra, and you let the body rebuild itself. And actually I did some asanas, and I got down on my knee once kind of hard, and the thing was very soft. And they told me that if you hurt yourself where it would take 2 weeks to get healed, it'll be 2 to 3 months to get healed, because the body's in repairing itself, and it doesn't need to deal with you putting extra on. So I didn't walk, and you get 3 meals a day. I lost 22 pounds. And Dr. Raj's wife is from California. Her name is Susan, and she has a different take on it, and it's an American, and sometimes I would only speak American English to somebody like once a week, because they're very nice people. They speak Malayalam, and they would bring the food, but we didn't talk to each other. But United States, 2005, we had 52 million sleeping prescriptions were written in United States.
Yeah.
And he came, the doctor came over after this, on the second day of seclusion. How is everything? I said, man, this is fine. I said, a quarter teaspoon will kill you. The insecticide I used to make, I was around that stuff for a long time. And so I don't have a problem resting, sleeping. And in India, 2:30 in the afternoon, you take a nice nap. It doesn't get any better than that. You would go out, you could get bananas, coconuts, papaya, nutmeg, cinnamon, cloves, pepper, curry. It grew on the mountain, coconut, everything, and they would pick it and bring it to you. Papaya.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was right there. I was not there for the lychee season. I missed that. And it was beautiful, and I'll go back in a minute. Oh, my. And in Kerala, 98% of the people are literate, and it's really not what you see on TV, nothing at all. Everywhere I went in India, they fed me a lot of food, and that's the first thing they're going to do is they ask you. Get him something to eat, do this, do that. And India was very different, and I went to Vrindavan next, and that was the birthplace of Lord Krishna, and oh, it was beautiful. Very austere. And they have an Ekadasi where they don't feed no grains, no beans, no food, and basically you just drink water all day, and it's a fast day. In all the shops, everywhere you go, they don't give you any food. They don't sell anything. They don't do anything. Everybody in the city observes that. And
Which day is that?
Ekadasis.
Ekadashi.
Oh yeah, it's twice a month. I think it's after the full moon, right?
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
And then what I found out,
Full moon and new moon.
new moon, yes, right.
Yeah.
They had the realizations or the questions that you have in your own life. You walk around Vrindavan, they're going to get answered. Someone can give you a class. You can just be walking on the road. And I taught one of the kids there at a school. A friend of mine has 2 schools. There's 1,600 people involved in 2 schools. And then they have 500 people that are not, they can't get them into the school, but they still feed them.